Shingeki no Kyojin was probably my favorite series of all time. It covered powerful themes such as freedom, the cycle of hatred, the beauty and cruelty of the world, all up until the ending, which completely threw all that out the window for no good reason. I hate Isayama. Well, anyways, there's definitely a whole lot of suffering in Attack on Titan, and I wanted to cover how I thought the series treated the characters and which characters ended up getting what they deserved and which characters completely got away with everything with zero accountability whatsoever. This will contain spoilers for the entirety of the series Shingeki no Kyojin, including the manga ending, which sucked. Be warned about that, but really, if you haven't seen the ending, you won't be missing much anyways, since it sucked. So, you know. So dedicate your hearts, and probably the next 20 minutes or so, we're gonna be ranking these characters. So here's the chart right here. You got suffering on the y-axis and how much they deserved it on the x. Characters in this corner will have suffered a lot and deserved it a lot. Characters in this corner would have suffered a lot but probably didn't deserve it. This one was basically nothing really happened to them, all things considered, and this one is they deserved it a lot but they didn't suffer, so that'll be reserved for Annie. We are going in alphabetical order, so how lucky for us. We get to talk about Annie Leonhart first. If there was ever a character that deserved it, it would probably be Annie Leonhart. Man, this character killed so many people in the Survey Corps, and in very gruesome ways, which she took plenty of delight in. Like that one time where she was just like spinning that person. Yeah, just killed a ridiculous amount of people, including Marco, in a pretty messed up way. Actually, was she actually the one doing it, or was that Reiner and Bertholt? I forgot. Well, either way, she was just standing there while that happened. And obviously, you know, she did volunteer to go on the expedition to, to break the walls. So yeah, this character killed so many people and was such a horrible person. And you know, when she decrystallized, everyone was not totally cool with her. Like, at least they weren't like, oh, we're still friends or anything like that. But a lot of people really, really downplayed just how bad her crimes were. And the pie scene in the manga, it was not really a scene in a manga, but that pie part in the manga was the most atrocious writing I've ever seen. There is no way that Connie would really react to Annie returning like that. Oh my god, the last arc was just the worst thing ever. Like, really, holy shit. I hate this character. Well, I don't hate, well, I do. I hate this character, yeah. I absolutely hate this character, and she completely got away with everything. There were zero repercussions for any of the things she did or the people she killed, including the entirety of Levi's squad. It's just horrible writing, how everyone was just more or less okay with Annie just joining the team again. So anyways, definitely deserved it a lot, and basically no suffering at all. She just kind of went to sleep and then was just, yeah. So I'm gonna put her, we'll leave her there for now, because we'll see. I think there are some people who got even less repercussions, probably. There aren't that many, but I think there might have been some people who deserved it a little bit more. Annie for sure, though, deserved it. Alright. Armin. This is probably my least favorite character in Attack on Titan. This character not only is, in my opinion, completely uninteresting, but actively makes the show worse whenever they're on screen. I think this is just such an abhorrent, like, annoying character, and it's really hard to put into words, but like, just basically, if the final arc of Attack on Titan was like bad because of one character, I would say it's probably because of Armin. Him getting the serum instead of Erwin made sense narratively, kind of, but it was still like the biggest fuck you ever, because who likes this character? His arc was complete when he sacrificed himself to get Bertholt, and from then on he was just an active actively made the show god awful. Not the show, well, the series. I guess we're talking about the manga, even though these are the anime pictures. But even in the anime, obviously as well, he at this point in this show, it's just so. God, I hate this character. Every single second of screen time this character has, I hate how this character was basically just used to take really complex characters and then dumb them down by Armin just saying, oh, the sea, or oh, look, a baseball or a leaf or whatever the fuck. Zeke getting monged was also just a complete travesty. I hate this character, and it sounds like I'm going on a complete like rambling, which I am, because I hate this character so much. It's hard to rationally explain why I have a burning hatred for a single character. But Armin just makes the series so much worse. He should have died. He should have died instead of Erwin. And I don't know. I hate this character, obviously. So let's talk objectively though. How much did they suffer? Not a lot. In fact, basically not at all. How much they deserve it? They deserved it. I really hated Armin. I think this was, again, just one of the stupidest characters, and all of his efforts basically led, if you read the ending, to Parody getting completely destroyed. So there you go. All right, let's talk Bertholt. I have way more respect. Unironically, I have way more respect for Bertholt than Armin. Like, actually, I think Bertholt, he was a very strong character. I think they wrote him very well. I think his arc came to an ending very satisfyingly too. And I kind of appreciate how much of a realist he is, or he was. Yeah, he suffered. I'm gonna be real. He suffered. But I appreciate the honesty of this character. How he understands like what he's doing is probably bad, and the fact there's really nothing he can do about it though, because you know, it's at the end of the day, it's either his family or the people of Parody. And, you know, he just said, screw it. You guys aren't my comrades. I appreciate y'all, but one of us has got to die here. And I'm, you know, going to try to make it y'all. This was a really good character. I really like this character. But he did deserve it. He deserved it a lot. Just because you can't kill that many people and not deserve what you get coming to you. And he got what was coming to him. So let's try to put him. He suffered a pretty decent amount. Maybe like hereish. Okay. Objectively, he probably deserves him more than Armin, but I like Bertholt more. I don't know. I'll put him here. All right. Let's talk about Carla Yeager. Man, this character did not deserve what happened. I still feel really bad. Carla Yeager. Yeah. So. Let's put, I mean, not much really to be said about her. Obviously, she died super early and in a pretty gruesome way. So I'd say a pretty decent amount of suffering. Less than Bertholt. But Carla didn't deserve it at all. So I'll probably put Bertholt a little bit higher. Carla definitely suffered a lot. I'll put Bertholt here. Yeah, that's probably better. There'll definitely be a lot of hundreds. So let's keep going. All right, let's talk about Colt Grice. I don't know. Either way, Colt was one of the more honorable ones, I'll say. Dude just wanted to protect his brother. I respect it, but you know, he did die, but it wasn't too bad of a death. I don't know. I'm okay to put him fairly low on the suffering chart. Let's say put him here. I don't think he deserved it all that much, and he didn't suffer all that much either. So relatively, let's put him over there. Connie Springer, right? Oof, this character took an L for sure. So I really enjoyed this character up until the final arc. If in case it wasn't obvious, we support Eren Yeager in all his actions, more up to a point. But Connie makes no fucking sense for him to join Armin and the others. Literally, just makes zero sense whatsoever. And I hated what they did with this character because they made him boring, like every other character. They made all the characters in the final arc fucking boring and one-dimensional and without any nuance whatsoever. I hate what they did to Connie. So I think by default he deserves it, especially because he, the end result of his actions was Parody being completely destroyed. So definitely deserved it, but didn't suffer all too much. Like his parents got turned into Titans, which definitely, okay, that's pretty rough for sure. Let's put him. Let's not stretch him though. He deserves a lot of things, but getting stretched probably not so much. Let's put him like right under here. A lot less than Armin though. A lot less than Armin. Let's do it like that. Dina Fritz is another character that really did not deserve what happened to her, but I guess anyone who gets hitched with the Eren's dad, Grice, ends up having bad things happen to them. That's how it goes. So Dina was another one of the restorationists, married Carla Yeager, and got turned into Titan, blah blah blah, and then ended up eating Carla. Yeah, definitely had some bad stuff happen to her. I think obviously just like everyone else, she was tortured when they caught her, and yeah, there you go. So I don't have a whole lot to say about Dina, but she definitely did not deserve what happened to her, but arguably suffered a little bit less than Carla. I'll put them like here. That seems about right to me. Alright, Pixis. I don't have a whole lot to say about Pixis. Oppose the Yeagerists, which in my opinion is cringe, but that just, I'm kind of biased obviously. So in my opinion, kind of deserved some suffering, and he did get turned into a Titan, which isn't too great, but where I'm at, I think he got just the right amount of suffering in my opinion. So let's put him 50-50 for now. Suffered a little bit, kind of deserved it, kind of didn't, I don't know. Alright, this is gonna be hard. We got Eren Yeager up next. So as I said before, I support Eren Yeager in all of his actions. Not all of them, I'm kidding. Not all of them. But and it's hard, I really can't go into it because I'd spend way too much time. I'll probably eventually make another video talking about Eren, but because I can't get into all of that right now because it would take way too long and there's so much to talk about, I'm just gonna say Eren was right, refuse to elaborate, and then leave. That being said, anyone who kills that many people deserves, I really can't go into the whole morality of what Eren did because it would take too long and it's so complex. So I know people who agree with me will be like, alright, sick based. Anyone who disagrees with me, who is cringe by the way, is gonna just say, wow, I can't believe that. So without going into too much, suffered a lot. And another question I have for kind of myself is that do I treat the final chapter as though it really happened? Because there were so many retcons within the final arc. Eren Yeager, of course, being the one who got absolutely screwed over the most and it got his entire character completely flipped on its head, and not in a good way, like in a horrible way, in the worst way possible. They made this character pathetic, even though, in my opinion, he was one of the goated anime protagonists. I mean, if we're talking like the canon Eren Yeager, who decided to wipe out 80% of the population for some reason, and then ended up getting Parody destroyed and accomplishing nothing really. And then going on that thing about, oh god, that final chapter. Or if we're talking about what I believe is the actual intention of Eren Yeager, the character who was seeking out freedom above everything else, and he was willing to move forward no matter what, and willing to take away anyone's freedom who would dare take away his, then it's two different things. The canon Eren Yeager is like around here-ish, if we can put him there. And she didn't suffer that much. He suffered a lot. God, it's tough. I guess, do I just say screw the canon and then just going by what I think is probably like what the story was supposed to tell? Or I don't know, some people will just say that's like my own head canon, or that I'm LARPing or whatever, or that I'm coping or whatnot, which fair enough. Let's just go by canon here, with the caveat that again, what I said earlier, I don't believe this character was supposed to be that way, but definitely deserved it a lot then. Because whatever, man. Screw Isayama. I hate that dude. He's the worst hack ever.